Greetings and welcome to today's session. Today I come with another set of KABS ICT paper. This is 2025 and we need more results when it comes to our candidates. We need more A's, we need more D1s this year, 2025. So, again, I'm your host, I'm your facilitator, KAKURU BENARD, KABS ICT Resources Center, where we shall be looking at a number of these KABS ICT papers. So, we need to remember that in ICT, the construct is that a learner appreciates and uses basic ICTs to solve societal problems, and that's why their items are scenario based. In every subject that we are doing in the competence based curriculum, the items are scenario based, the questions are scenario based. So let's look at today's paper. We are focusing on paper 1 and we are going to look at all the 5 items. We want to focus on all the 5 items. We might have seen them before, but this is a new year, 2025. We want to see the best approaches to these very items so that candidates don't repeat the same mistakes the previous candidates did. So this year, we want better results, better responses from the candidates as they present their answers. So let's see today's paper. Today's paper from KABS ICT Resources Center. This is paper 1, May-June ICT paper. Paper 1, 2025. Paper 1 takes 2 hours and 15 minutes. The paper consists of 2 sections, A and B. In total, there are 5 items. Section A has 1 compulsory item. Section B has 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Answer 1 item from each part. A candidate must answer 3 examination items in all. So, when it comes to section A has 1 item. This 1 item is taken from the first element of construct, which says that a learner appreciates and manages the computer system. So in here, when it comes to the element of construct 1, these are the topics that we are focusing on. We are focusing on topic 1, which is Introduction to ICT. We are focusing on topic 2, Computer Hardware and System Startup. We are focusing on topic 9, which is Word Processing 2. Then we focus on topic 10, Spreadsheet 2. We focus on topic 12, Database Management System. We also focus on topic 15, Basic Software Management. And lastly, topic 16, System and Data Security. These are the topics that form the first element of construct, where item 1 is taken from and it is compulsory. Then, when it comes to element of construct 2, appreciates ICT safety and proper management of e-waste. This is safety and proper management of e-waste. Which topics are we supposed to look at? This element of construct covers section B, part 1. Section B, part 1 has 2 items. A candidate is supposed to do 1 item from there. Appreciates ICT safety and proper management of e-waste. These are the topics we focus on when it comes to items 2 and 3. Health and safety, electronic waste management, system and data security, then information access and sharing. That is topic 8, topic 14, topic 16, and topic 7. These form element of construct 2 and the basis for item 2 and 3. When it comes to element of construct 3, accesses, stores, and shares information using ICTs. This is for element of construct 3, and then when it comes to element of construct 3, this forms section B, part 2, where we have items 4 and 5. A learner is supposed to choose one item from section B, part 2 for element of construct 3. And topics of concern, we have topic 3, file and folder management, topic 7, information access and sharing, topic 11, electronic publications, and topic 13, which is website design. So here, these 4 topics, they are for element of construct 3, which is looking at information access, storage, and sharing, and they form a basis for items 4 and 5, which is section B, part 2. So today's paper is here. Section A. Item 1. James runs a small grocery store where he manually keeps track of sales and inventory in a ledger. He often faces challenges with tracking stock levels and generating sales reports. A friend suggested using a computerized system to manage his store more efficiently. So we can see some of the ICT tools. Then James received a catalog with various ICT tools that could help automate his store operations, but he's unsure which tools to choose. Task A. Guide James in selecting the appropriate ICT tools to improve his sales, tracking, and inventory management. Advise James on how to keep the ICT tools in a good working condition. So this is part B for item 1. So we have seen the task at hand is here. The scenario is here. So what do we expect a candidate to provide? Here I've given expected responses. For item 1, where we are looking at James's grocery store, where we need to see the ICT tools and management for sales and inventory. So it is from element of construct 1. So we need to look at the expected responses and how we are going to score them. We are going to be using what we call the codes in scoring the responses. We begin with introduction. James runs a grocery store but relies on manual method to track sales and stock. This leads to frequent errors and difficulty in generating reports. A computerized system could help automate his operations. James now needs guidance on selecting the right ICT tools and maintaining them for smooth business operations. So when you look at that introduction and the candidate has given that kind of introduction, we shall give the candidate a score for introduction, which is INT for introduction, and it is 1 score. Then let's look at the appropriate ICT tools that James requires for sales and inventory management. So we shall look at an ICT tool, its purpose, or how it helps James, how it is used in this very scenario. Not the purpose of an ICT tool generally, but how it helps in that very scenario. James will need a laptop. Here we are identifying a tool as a laptop or a computer, and we shall say that is I for identifying the ICT tool. What is the purpose? This one is to install and run inventory and sales management software. That is the purpose of the computer, of the laptop as a tool. And when you have done the description, that is a D. Another tool, point of sales system. We have identified the tool. A POS terminal with barcode scanner, a receipt printer, and a software for coding sales and updating stock automatically. Here we have described what a point of sales, a POS system will help James do in this very scenario. James will need a barcode scanner. That is a tool which we have identified. This tool quickly captures item information to reduce manual data entry and errors. Here we have described the ICT tool called the barcode scanner. Next, James will need an inventory management software. For example, InfloVend. You can talk about other management softwares in regard to inventory. Here we have identified a tool because a tool can be hardware, can be a software. A tool can also be a network tool. So here we are talking about inventory management software. This one, it tracks stock levels, updates inventory in real time, and generates alerts when items are low. So this is a description of why James needs an inventory management software. James may also need a spreadsheet software, for example, Microsoft Excel. Here we have identified a tool. What is it used for in this very scenario? For coding simple transactions and creating charts for summaries of sales. That is what Excel can do in this very scenario. James will need a printer. That is an ICT tool. What does a printer do in this very scenario? It is for printing sales reports, receipts, and inventory summaries. That is the description of this very ICT tool. James will need a flash disk or an external drive. That is identification of the ICT tool. What does it do? Use it to back up sales data and inventory files. That will be the purpose of a flash disk or an external drive. So we have described it very well. James will need internet connection as an ICT tool, and this ICT tool enables cloud-based backups for software updates and access to online POS systems or tutorials on how we can use it. So this is a description of the ICT tool. James will need power backups such as an interruptible power supply or an inverter. This is an ICT tool which has been identified. Let's see what is it used for. It keeps devices running during power outages and prevents data loss for James in his inventory. So that is a description. Now that we have identified the ICT tools and described them properly, we need now to write these scores down, the I's and D's. So here we have what we call the description of the ICT tools generally. Description involves the identification and description. So the DS here, this is the description of the ICT tools. We have I's, the I's maximum, and the D's for description. The I's. So here we look at the number of I's and the number of D's. But then the D's are the ones to determine more the number of scores the candidate should get. So from the scoring guide, we have seen that maximum that the descriptions should be at least five or more of the ICT tools and the description. So here at least 5 tools identified, and those 5 tools must be described, so that this one we get 5 weights for DS. So this is for DS, description of the ICT tools, 5 scores maximum, and the scores can go on reducing like that. Then let's look at part B, how James can maintain his ICT tools. So here we are also going to use the codes to score part B, where the candidate has given a maintenance measure, a maintenance practice, and goes ahead to explain it. Now we have one, regular software updates. So here the candidate has talked about regular software update. What does it do? It keeps the point of sales system or the inventory software secure and bug free. Bug, we mean errors here. So when you keep updating, it will be secure and it will be bug free. So here you have given the management measure. We give you M as a scoring code for part B. Use antivirus protection. What does it do? It prevents viruses from corrupting data and slowing down the POS system. This is also a management measure. Also, we can look at clean hardware regularly. What does it involve? We dust the computer, the scanner, the printer to avoid overheating or hardware failure. This is also a management measure, a maintenance measure. Proper power connection. This one, we can use a surge protector or a UPS to prevent damage from power fluctuation. This is also a maintenance measure. Keep devices in secure place. How? This one can prevent theft or accidental damage by locking devices in cabinets or positioning them away from the shop entrance. So this is also a maintenance measure. More to that, we can look at schedule data backups. Backup sales and inventory data on a flash or on a cloud platform such as Google Drive on a weekly basis. This one is also a maintenance measure. Another one, we can look at user training, because users have to learn basic computer skills on how to use the point of sale system efficiently to avoid inputting errors. This is also a maintenance measure. Then, lastly, we can label and secure cables. What does this one do? It will prevent tripping hazards and damage by keeping cables organized. This is also a maintenance measure. So we have looked at the maintenance measures. So here we look at a learner who has explained the maintenance measures, the management measures. We say EM. At least we expected the learner to give maximum 5 and more, so that you can get maximum 4 weights. Then, conclusion. By adopting the right ICT tools such as the POS system and inventory software and backup devices, James can manage his sales and stock more efficiently. With proper care and maintenance, these tools will remain reliable and help improve productivity in his grocery business. This is a relevant conclusion. So with conclusion, we shall put CLN, and CLN 1 score. So let's total up. Here a candidate who has done the DS was 05. Explanation of the management measure was 4. Then let's look at what we call the format of the presentation. Format of the presentation, which is FP. Format of the presentation, aside here, format of the presentation, which is FP. We look at the following: introduction, we look at conclusion, and generally how the learner has presented the work, which we call format of the document. Format of the document here we are looking at: is it a report? Is it a proposal? Is it a letter? Is it an article? Are they procedures? That is the format of the document. So here at least 3 scores for FP. So FP 03. So when we add up all these ones, we see that we are getting at best 12 scores out of 12. So we have gotten 12 weights out of 12 for item 1. Let's now look at item 2. Item 2 comes here. A fire broke out in a library of a university, destroying several computers and important academic records stored on the server. Some damaged books and computer parts were left scattered on the floor. We can see them. The next morning, the librarian collected the damaged items and considered discarding them. Task. Part A. Advise the librarian and the university management on what might have caused the fire and the measures they should take to prevent such incidents in the future. Part B. Demonstrate how the university can manage and possibly restore the damaged books and computer parts. So here, remember item 2, we are looking at ICT safety and management of e-waste. So ICT safety and management of e-waste. So let's now look at how best the candidate is supposed to respond to such item. So ICT safety, for example, here we are looking at fire happening at a university's library, and now we are looking at how safely can we secure these devices from such incidences in future, and also how can we manage the e-waste and the damaged books. So let's look at how a candidate is supposed to respond to item 2 or section B, part 1. So here, these ones, remember, are taken from topic 8, 14, 16, and 17. Introduction for that very scenario. A fire incident in the university library destroyed computers and academic records stored on the server. The librarian, upon seeing the damage, considered discarding the remains, including books and hardware. To avoid such similar disasters and handle damaged items responsibly, both preventive and restorative measures must be taken. Can you see that kind of introduction? It is cool. So here we say INT for intro, and it takes 1 score. Now, part A of the question. What caused the fire and how best can we prevent such incidences? In one paragraph, one, we have electrical faults. Explanation: faulty wiring, overloaded sockets, or power surges may have triggered the fire. So here, while scoring item 2, we are basically looking at the causes, and for every cause, we write there a C. The candidate has given a cause, which is electrical fault, and has explained, that is C. Then goes ahead to give the preventive measure. How can we prevent these electrical faults? One, we can have regular electrical inspections. We can use surge protectors and avoid overloading sockets. We can also install interruptible power supply systems. So when you look at these management measures, preventive measures, we put there MT. Let's now look at another cause: poor ventilation or overheating. Explanation: computers left running in hot, unventilated areas can overheat and ignite. So this is a cause. What can we do? The preventive measure: ensure proper ventilation and air circulation. We can also switch off computers when not in use. These are the preventive measures, MT. Next, improper storage of flammable materials could have caused fire, such as paper, wires, and plastics stored near power sources may fuel fire. So this is a cause. The preventive measure is that store flammable items away from sockets and electrical equipment. Next, what could have caused or triggered the fire? Absence of fire safety equipment. Lack of fire alarms or extinguishers may have delayed response. So here, this is a cause. And how should we prevent this? Install smoke detectors, fire alarms, and ABC fire extinguishers in ICT and archive areas, so that in case fire is detected like this, a quick response team is there to rescue. This is a preventive measure. Next, lack of data backup and fireproof storage. Because records were lost due to no off-site or backup systems that are secure. This is a serious cause. So what is the preventive measure? We can use cloud backups and fireproof safes for critical data and documents. This is a management measure, a preventive measure for such kind of lack of data backups and fireproof storage areas. So here we have given a cause and a preventive measure. Everything well explained. And so now we would like to record the scores. How do we get started? First of all, we have the causes generally and the preventive measures. So here we shall say that the candidate has generally explained everything. So for part A, we have EC, explanation of the causes and the preventive measures, which was well done. And here, when you look at the C's and you look at the MTs, at least minimum, we are looking at 4 ideas, 4 responses in total, so that you get 4 weights for explanation of the causes and the preventive measures. Now, part B of the question was saying, demonstrate how the university can manage and possibly restore the damaged books and computer parts. So here, this part here, we normally need you to bring out the management measure, and then also you bring the stakeholders who are involved and their roles in managing e-waste if it is there. So let's first look at the damaged books. Item 1, we have the damaged books. So for damaged books, what is the management strategy here? 1, we can dry partially burnt books under a shade. We can also digitize surviving pages using a scanner. We can also replace irreparable copies from publishers or donors. That is a management strategy for the damaged books. So this management strategy, we can put M. Then who are the stakeholders involved in doing this? We have the library staff, the academics department. We can also include book recovery specialists. These are stakeholders, and what is their role? The library staff can sort and assess the damage. The departments of the academics can secure replacement or reprint material. Then the book specialist can digitize the archives. So here, these are the stakeholders, SH. And then their roles are here, R. Then item, for example, partially damaged computers. What can we do to them? The partially damaged computers, the management measure we can bring forward, we can assess salvageable parts like RAM, hard drives, power units, so that they can be reused, those which were not so much damaged. Then we can also clean and test with the support from the IT staff. Who are the stakeholders here? ICT technicians, hardware repair shops can also help. So these are the stakeholders. What is their role in this? They are supposed to recover and clean reusable parts. They are supposed to properly dispose of non-functional components. So this is the role. SH and the role. This was the management strategy. We have hard drives and academic records as items. What can we do with them as a management measure? Attempt data recovery from mildly damaged storage devices using softwares for professional services. So this is a management measure. Who are the stakeholders involved? The ICT department, data recovery firms. These are the stakeholders that can be involved in this. What is their role? They can recover student records. They can also restore server backups if available. Those are the roles of these stakeholders. Next, the electronic waste that is there. We need to sort the management strategy. We need to sort unusable components for safe disposal. We can also deliver to certified e-waste recyclers. So this is a management measure, a management strategy. The stakeholders involved, we can have NEMA, we can have EnviroServe, EnviroServe, Uganda. We can also have the IT office in helping us sort unusable components. So what is their role? Their roles in this is to ensure eco-friendly disposal, prevent illegal dumping. This is the role or the roles of each of these stakeholders. Then another item, we have fire-resistant infrastructure upgrade. So this is another management strategy. What can we do here? We are going to redesign library ICT zones with fireproof server rooms and safer wiring. You look at that as a management measure. Who are the stakeholders involved? the university management is involved in this, and some of the faculties department, they are also involved as stakeholders. Their role is to approve and implement safer infrastructure to prevent recurrence. So this is the role of the university management and the faculties department in ensuring that we have a fire-resistant infrastructure upgrade where they will bring fireproof server rooms and a safer wiring. So here we need to conclude this item too. To prevent to prevent future fires and protect valuable records, the university should enforce fire safety measures, backup protocols, and proper storage practices. The damaged books and hardware must be carefully assessed for restoration or responsibly disposed of through certified channels. With the right steps, the library can recover and build greater resilience. So this is our conclusion, CLN, and here we are looking at 01 weight. Now, let's total up the scores for Part B. So Part B must involve the following. We are looking at the providing the management measures. When you are providing the preventive measures here, we are looking at the MUs. These MUs, we are looking at the management strategy that you provided here, the management strategy. Then from here, we look at the stakeholders. We also look at their roles. So all this, each of these, you must have given us at least, 6 management measures, 6 stakeholders, and 6 roles, so that here you qualify for 6 weights. Now, let's total up item 2. We started with above here, where we had EC 04, explanation of the causes, and then providing the management measures 06, then format of the presentation, that is FP. We said format of the presentation FP, it involves introduction. For item 1, item 2, item 3, it involves introduction. It involves a conclusion. It also involves the format of the document. Format of the document, we have said, can be an article, can be a write-up, can be a letter, can be a proposal. So something like that. So format of the presentation, at least this candidate has all of those 3. So in total, 13 out of 13 scores. Now, let's look at item 3. Item 3, students at modern high school are frequently using smartphones and other devices during classes and late into the night, leading to distractions, poor academic performance, and health issues such as eye strain and sleep deprivation. Here we are seeing people are uncomfortable, etc. The school principal wants to address this issue through a campaign to educate the students on responsible use of ICT. Task: prepare a presentation for the students about negative consequences of excessive ICT use and suggest strategies for balanced and healthy usage. They want you to prepare a presentation. How are you going to prepare this presentation? Theoretically. Basically, in your presentation, we need you to bring out the negative consequences and how best can these students use ICT. Suggest strategies for balanced and healthy ICT usage. This is what we are going to dive into, writing a presentation, the format of the presentation. We can get started. So for item 3, students of modern high school ICT overuse, that's what we are looking at. Now, we begin with the introduction. So, let's look at this. Students at modern high school are spending too much time on smartphones and other devices, even during class and at night. This has led to distractions, low academic performance, and health concerns such as sleep deprivation, eye strain, etc. The school is launching a campaign to promote responsible ICT use. Below is a presentation outline to educate students on the risks of excessive ICT use and how to adopt balanced habits. So this is our intro, which takes one weight. So we are going to look at the basically presentation. I've called my presentation Think Before You Scroll, Responsible Use of ICT for a Healthier You. That is the title of our presentation. Now, we are going to put it in form of slides. We put the content and why, for example. So, for example, we are going to have slide 1. Slide 1, we are going to put the content as Think Before You Scroll, Responsible Use of ICT, a campaign for digital balance. This is how I'm presenting my campaign. So the purpose of this slide 1 is to introduce the topic and objectives of the talk generally. So here we are looking at generally the section and the content. So from here we go to slide 2. We are going to introduce what is excessive ICT use. We want to bring the campaign clearly. This one means using digital devices for long hours without breaks, constant checking of phones, especially during classes or less at night, spending more time online than on academic or physical activities. This one is what we call ICT. This is what we call excessive ICT use. This one will help students to recognize what unhealthy ICT use looks like on slide 2. So here, remember, whatever we are bringing out now, this one falls also under introduction almost. Now, slide 3, we shall put academic consequences. Under academic consequences, we shall look at the consequences now. Reduced concentration in class, late assignment submission, poor performance in tests due to divided attention. So, such kind of consequences, we shall write CQ, CQ, CQ. So here, we want to link digital distractions to falling grades and school discipline generally. This is what slide 3 will talk about, academic consequences. Then, slide 4 will talk about health consequences. Eye strain from screen exposure, sleep disruption due to nighttime scrolling, poor posture from bad sitting habits, mental fatigue, or stress. So all these are consequences, 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 and health consequences. And this one is basically to highlight both physical and emotional effects of prolonged device use. Then how about when it comes to slide 5, the consequences under social and behavior? You will find that here the consequences are withdraw from friends and family because you are always on your gadgets. It is a consequence. Addiction to gaming or social media. Exposure to harmful and inappropriate content such as porn. So these are the consequences. CQ, CQ. Those are the codes that we are using to score your responses in form of a presentation. Then slide 6, we are going to look at strategies for health ICT use. So when you look at all these consequences that we have provided, now we are going to provide the measures. We are going to provide the measures. You can call them the mitigation measures, the strategies for health and ICT usage. So here, under health, use time management apps to limit usage, e.g., digital well-being or screen time. That one is a management measure. Then schedule screen breaks every 30 to 60 minutes. You need to have a break. Avoid devices at least 1 hour before bedtime. It's a management measure. It's a strategy. Designate study only and device-free zones. So we can have areas within school that here when you are coming to the library, maybe don't come with your device. When you are coming to this area in a cafeteria, leave away your devices. Something like that. So it is from here that we can designate study only and device-free zones. So here, this one will offer realistic, student-friendly solutions to help form better habits. On slide 7, how can we promote balance? We are going to balance online time with physical activities, reading, or hobbies. Instead of being online all the time, we can have physical activities like games. Students can go reading novels, or they do their hobbies. This is also a management measure. We can also have get enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours every night is also a management measure. We can prioritize schoolwork over online chats and gaming. So we can have groups where learners are discussing schoolwork rather than online chats and gaming. That is also a management measure. This one will reinforce the importance of a well-rounded lifestyle for success. Then, slide 8, court action. As we conclude slide 8, court action. Be a responsible ICT user. Help friends make better choices. Report any unhealthy or unsafe ICT behavior to a teacher or a counselor. These ones, court action, these can also act as strategies because these ones are going to motivate students to apply what they have learned and support the fellows, the peers. Slide 9, thank you, or a Q&A session. This is where you can invite questions and feedback from students. So this is part of the conclusion actually, but another candidate can provide a better conclusion. With this presentation, students will gain a clear understanding of how excessive ICT use affects their academic, physical, and social well-being, by adopting healthy habits like like time limits, screen breaks, and prioritizing sleep, they can enjoy the benefits of technology without compromising their health or education. This is a conclusion which also takes one weight. Now, from here, we are going to total up our scores, our codes and their scores for item 3. So when you look at item 3, generally, we are having EC. Under EC, we generally looked at the consequences, CQ. We also, the CQs, we also looked at the management measures here, the MTs. So under each, the consequences and the management measures, at least when you are reporting your consequences, at best, we expected 5 of them. The EC, 5 of them, the consequences, and then the management measures also 5. This is PM, also 5. Now, when totaling up item 3, we have EC equals 5 weights. Then PM, providing the management measures, also 5. Format of the document, this is FP, format of the presentation now, where we had introduction. The format of the presentation, we have seen how it flows from slide 1, where the runner introduced, up to slide 9, where he has Q and A. The format of the presentation, 3, and total 13 out of 13 weights. So remember, item 2 and item 3, all of them have same scores and the same format, EC and PM. All of them must have same scores, so that if a candidate has done item 2, is the same as that candidate who has done item 3. So let's now look at item 4. Anna is a recent university graduate looking for a job. She found an online job listing that requires applicants to submit their resume, cover letter, and academic transcripts through an online application portal. So here is an online application portal sample. Anna has her documents in physical format, and she is unfamiliar with the process of digitizing and submitting them online. Task. If Anna asks for your guidance, provide a write-up detailing the steps and ICT tools she should use to successfully digitize and submit her job application online. So here, remember, we have now started element of construct 3. That is section B, part 2. Accesses, stores, and shares information. When you look at this task, they want you to write the steps. And in your steps, we need to see how someone can access data, store it, and then share that data. For example, we want to guide Anna, who has documents physically. How is Anna going to turn these documents from physical into soft copy form? That's where we are involving access. Convert from physical to soft copy. After converting them, save on your computer. Can be on the desktop in a folder, can be in my documents in a folder. Then after storing them, we need to see how you are going to share them again. Sharing them is by uploading them online on the portal and you submit. That is why the element of construct 3 is saying accesses, shares, and stores. Meaning that if a candidate has not done item 4, can do item 5 because they all test the same thing. Let's see how we can guide Anna in this. Expected responses for item 4. Anna's job application, document digitization and sharing. So under item 4 and item 5, a candidate is free to give an introduction or not, because here there are no scores for the introduction, because you are writing steps and finally you conclude. Under format of the document, we only take a conclusion, but introduction is not much necessary, but you can provide that focused introduction so that you have a good logical flow of your steps and procedures. Anna found a job opportunity that requires submitting job documents online, but she has only printed copies of her resume, cover letter, and academic transcripts. Since she is unfamiliar with digitizing and submitting documents via an application portal, she has requested for your help. The guidance below outlines the steps and ICT tools she can use to complete the process successfully. That is our focused introduction. So here are step-by-step guide to digitize and submit a job application online. So here we are going to have a step and the tools or action that you can be involved in. What does Anna need to do? Anna can connect to the internet as the first step. She can power on the computer or her smartphone and connect to a reliable internet source, or a Wi-Fi, or even mobile data can work. So this is a step. This step here has some ICT tools. One, we are looking at the computer or a smartphone. We are also looking at internet or mobile data. These are tools. Create a job application folder is another step. On your device, open File Explorer and create a new folder named Job Application Anna to store all the scanned and final documents. So this is a procedure. File Explorer is a tool that we have identified here. Because tools can even be action buttons that you click on. Those File Explorer, you click on the File Explorer, that is a tool. If you click Submit, that is a tool. So, another procedure, another step, scan the physical documents. That is a procedure. How are you going to do this? Use a scanner or a mobile scanning app. This is a tool, e.g. CAM Scanner, Adobe Scan, to scan the resume, cover letter, transcripts. From there, save each file in a PDF and name them clearly, e.g. Anna resume PDF, Anna cover letter PDF, Anna transcript. So here is the procedure that is where the step that is clearly explained. Review the scanned files as another step. Open the scanned files in a PDF reader to check clearly alignment and completeness. If necessary, rescan and clear pages. This is another step. Another step, combine files. This one is optional. If the portal accepts one file, use tools like PDF merge, small PDF, Adobe Acrobat. These are tools to combine all documents in a single file and a job application PDF, that file. So this is a clear step. Another step, access the online application portal. Open a web browser. This is a tool such as Chrome, Firefox, and enter the official URL, the uniform resource locator of the job application portal. That is a clear step. Register or log in to the portal. If required, create an account with your email address and a secure password, or log in if you have already created one. That is a procedure. Email address. This is a tool. Then 8. Fill out the application form. Enter details such as name, contact information, qualification, and experience into the required fields. That is another step. Upload the documents. Upload the required documents. Click on upload or attach files. These are tools. Then, these are tools and features. Then, browse to the job application and a folder and select each PDF file or the combined file for uploading. This is another step. Review and submit. Carefully review all the entered information and attachments. Click submit. This is a tool. This is a feature, and wait for confirmation. So this is another step clearly described. Save confirmation proof. Take a screenshot. This is a feature, this is a tool of the submission page, or download the confirmation slip email. Save it in the same folder as your documents. This is another step. Lastly, log out of the portal. Always log out after submission to secure your information. Then lastly, close the browser when done. This is another step. Conclusion. By scanning her documents, organizing files in a digital folder, and using the correct online portal steps, Anna will be able to apply for the job professionally and efficiently. With the right ICT tools such as the scanner, PDF editor, internet access, and a web browser, she can complete the entire process confidently. So this is a conclusion which takes one wait. So let's add up our item 4 scores by using those codes. So we are going to have the DP, description of the procedure. So description of the procedure or the steps. So those procedures that we have listed as P. So we need the number of P's here. We also need the number of T's, the ICT tools. So at least these are 12 procedures with their ICT tools. So we expect maybe a candidate is not presenting all the 12 but has listed 6 only and everything is there. So maximum we need 6 procedures with their ICT tools there. So DP, description of the procedure, involves the procedure and the tool involved. So generally here we shall need DP, which is 6 scores. Then we shall need the FL. FL stands for logical flow, the perfect flow of the steps. Logical flow. It is normally given 2 to 3 maximum. So here the procedures are following properly, 3 scores. Then format of the presentation, FP. one weight, which was for the conclusion. Because I've said the introduction is not given a score here in item 4 and item 5. So here, these ones are 10 out of 10. 10 weights out of 10 for item 4. Meaning that if item 4 has 10 maximum, even item 5 will carry 10. So that a candidate who has done item 4 takes 10, and the other candidate who has done item 5 takes 10. Either or. Let's now look at item 5. When it comes to item 5, here we go. A community-based health organization is applying for a grant to fund a new health initiative. They need to access an online application form, fill it with their project details, and submit it before the deadline. Here is a mini grant application. You can see it, fields are there. The project coordinator lacks the ICT skills to download, complete, and upload the form task. The project coordinator approaches you for assistance. Provide a write-up outlining the necessary steps and ICT tools to be used to complete and submit the online application form successfully. So this is our last item, and now we are going to see the expected responses, how we can help the project coordinator in downloading, filling, and submitting. Access, save, that is store, then share. Download, you are accessing, save the form and fill it, then upload it again, you are sharing. Access, store, and shares information. Item 5. A community-based health organization is applying for a grant to support a new health initiative. The application must be completed and submitted through an online form. However, the project coordinator lacks the digital skills to handle the process. The following guide outlines the steps and ICT tools needed to access, fill in, and submit the application successfully. So these are the step-by-step guide to complete and submit the online grant application. Step 1. Power on and connect to the internet. What are we going to do here? The actions and ICT tools. Turn on a computer or laptop, that is a tool, and connect it to a stable internet source, that is Wi-Fi or mobile hotspot. This is also a tool, and here is the procedure well described. Step 2. Launch a web browser. Open a web browser such as Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox to access the website. That is the procedure. Number 3, navigate to the grant application website. Type the official URL of the grant application portal into the address bar and press enter. So, URL, a procedure, and a tool. So, URL and press enter. Number 4, download the application form if provided. If the form is downloadable, click download link. This is a tool, and save in a folder named Health Grant Application. Use a clear file name such as Grant Form Community Health Doc. Next, open and complete the form. Use a word processor like Microsoft Word, Google Docs to open and fill out the form. Enter project title, goals, budget, timeline, and contact information. So this is another procedure. Save and review the completed form. Click File, Save As, and save the completed form in the same folder using a name like completed grant application.doc. Reread and ensure that there are no errors or omissions. This is a procedure. These are tools and features we are following in that word processor. Convert to PDF optional. If the portal requires PDF format, go to File, Save As, PDF, or use an online converter like smallpdf.com. Save As, Health Grant Application PDF. This is a procedure and the tool that we have identified in this procedure. Number 8, return to the grant application portal. Reopen the browser tab with the application portal or re-enter the URL. And here, fill in the online submission fields. Enter required fields such as organization name, email, and project summary directly in the form fields or the website. This is another procedure. Upload the completed document. Click Upload or Attach. Browse to the folder Health Grant Application. Select the completed form or the PDF or a Word version and confirm upload. Next, submit the application. Click Submit. That is a tool or a feature. Click Submit button and wait for a success message. Next, save submission. Take a screenshot of the confirmation or download the acknowledgement slip. Save it in the same folder as submission confirmation PNG. Lastly, log out and exit securely. Log out to exit the portal and close the browser window to maintain security. Conclusion: by following the steps and using the right ICT tools, including a computer, a web browser, a word processor, internet access, and file management, the project coordinator can complete and submit the grant application securely and on time, organizing files clearly and reviewing entries before submission will ensure a professional and successful job application. Grant application. So this is our conclusion, which will also take one weight. Let's total up where we had our DP, and we said under description of the procedure, we have to count the P's and we also count the T's. So these ones, all of them, at least 6 procedures and better. That is maximum scores. So if you have done that, we can fully total up item 5, DP 06, logical flow of steps 03, and then the conclusion, which falls under format of the presentation, equals 01, and total 10 out of 10. So those are 10 weights out of 10. So here we are done with our 5 items. So these 5 items, it means that item 1, if a candidate did, item 1 of course is compulsory, it was out of 12. Item 2 and item 3, each was out of 13. And then item 4 and item 5, each was out of 10. So that means that 12, 13, 10, 35. So we have 35 out of 35 times 50. Because paper 1 will carry 50%. Now, O level, here is ICT Mastery for Uganda's competence-based curriculum this book has been fully revised. This book has been fully revised to include summarized notes. The book now has summarized notes from Senior 1 to Senior 4. The book has newly revised standard items for paper 1, like the way we have seen how we are revising these items. So imagine you have all the 5 items of paper 1 like that. The paper comes with score sheets for paper 2, codes for scoring all the items in paper 1, complete new responses to all activities of integrations, newly revised responses to the 5 standard sets of paper 1. The book has newly revised responses to UCE ICT paper 1 2024 UNEB. Newly revised scoring guides for the respective items and evaluation grids for the activities of integrations. The book goes ahead to bring out why candidates failed ICT items and solutions to the current candidates and much more. Remember, all this is to help our candidates do better. We have ICT mastery and also mastering subsidiary ICT for A level. ICT mastery is for O level. It has notes, it has questions and answers, it has guidance, elements of constructs, and all that. When it comes to A level, it is called Mastering Subsidiary ICT. This is a learner's book. It is also a competence-based theory and practical approach for the aligned A-level curriculum. It has all the notes as per the syllabus, both practical and theory. It has activities of integrations. It has self-assessment questions. It is a well-researched and written textbook for learners, book 5, the aligned new curriculum. This book also has its teacher's guide. All the activities in the learner's book are responded to in the teacher's guide. All the notes and more extra activities may be for those fast learners, those who did ICT at O level. This book also has extra activities for them. The book also has how periods are distributed within Senior 5. The book also has lesson plan templates. It also have schemes of work templates and much more. Yours is to grab a copy for Senior 5s. Senior 4s, there is a step-by-step guide designing websites using Expression Web. The easy way out. Grab this copy and design websites to your best. Then WordPress, a practical approach on designing websites using WordPress, a step-by-step guide to creating your own website the easy way out. Design websites from scratch. All the notes are there. Step-by-step guide is there until how you can host your website for free. All the guidance is in this very book. WordPress designs better websites, catchy and stunning websites than Expression Web. So, ICT Elite, Learner's Book and Teacher's Guide books are also available from Senior 1 to Senior 4. ICT Elite books. These ones also have notes, content for teaching and learning ICT at ordinary level, the new lower secondary curriculum. Keep following me on my YouTube channel. More content for this year is loading. Week after week, month after month. Keep following this YouTube channel. Go on YouTube, go on internet, search for KAKURU BENARD. Automatically it will bring you. Make sure the spelling is correct. KAKURU BENARD. Go to YouTube, click on videos, and get more of such videos. Here are my contacts: 077-56-107-62. WhatsApp me and see how to get those resources. Those who need me for facilitations, I will spare time, I will be available. Contact me, we schedule on time. ICT teachers, please don't miss this upcoming capacity building workshop. Guess what? This workshop is happening 1st June 2025. It will run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Let's mark time. It will be at Elite High School in Entebbe. Each person should prepare 60,000 as they enter. ICT Teachers Association brings you this workshop. We have lead facilitators, I, KAKURU BENARD, and the president of the ICT Teachers Association, Mr. Ruchams Ronald. At Elite High School in Entebbe, we walk the talk. Contact John Bosco for more arrangements. Together against computer illiteracy. So continue following me on my YouTube channel and contact me on those numbers. Jabress.